friends, fellow beer geeks, and welcome to the 200th episode of the Craft Beer Geek Beer Reviews. Started off sort of slow, it's been up and down here and there, but we have finally reached the 200 milestone. I want to thank all of you been with me for the past couple years, no matter if you're a new subscriber or if you've been watching me all along. I want to thank you very much for watching. And so I thought that since my first review was a Barleywine style ale, I thought for 200 we ought to do a Barleywine. I just happen to have one in the fridge here. This is Stone's Old Guardian. This is a Barleywine they brew once a year. Every odd year, they do something sort of different with it, and this year it's an oak smoked barley wine. So that's what's special about it. Anyway, Stone Brewing is out of Escondido, California, and this 2013 version of the Old Guardian comes in at 11.4% alcohol by volume, standard 22-ounce bomber, and I believe this was $7.99 for this bomber. It's a little bit higher than their normal stuff, but not too bad still. Very interesting. I know this came out earlier in the year. For some reason, it just got to Florida a couple weeks ago. Sometimes these stone beers can take a while to get here, and it just got here for us. And I know as soon as I had seen some other people review this, I knew it was something I wanted to try. And so now I finally have it in my possession, and we are ready to go ahead and see what it's all about. So let's get this cracked open and see what it's like. Okay, so this pours out a nice, very dark orange, amberish color. Tons and tons of carbonation coming up in the bottom of the glass. Very, very highly carbonated. Nice clear color. Very, very clear. This glass does have an etching in the bottom, so it's extra amounts of carbonation streaming up from the bottom here. Let's see what the aroma of this is. Not getting too much in the way of the aroma. We get just a nice sort of sweet malty aroma. I'm not getting any kind of hints of smoke or anything like that. Little bit of hops there. So I'm ready to go ahead and give this a taste and let you know what I think. Cheers. Up front, I'm getting a nice sort of sweet caramel sort of flavor. Finishes off with a very hoppy, bitter bitter sort of taste to it. A little bit of smoke there, not too much in the way of smoke. This isn't a sort of a smoke-forward beer. It's not like a Rausch beer or something like that. It just has a little bit of a hint of smoke in the back there. But as typical with an American barley wine, it's very, very hoppy, very bitter. It's typically meant to be aged for a long time. This is 4 months old now, but it's meant to be aged for a year or more, so that those hops fade over time. So eventually they will mellow out, but right now it's pretty hop forward. Hops are pretty dominant in the flavors. It does have sort of a heavy mouthfeel to it. And even though this is pretty heavily carbonated, it works pretty well in this beer just because it is such a heavy mouthfeel. Really helps to have that extra carbonation to sort of scrub the mouth and sort of help out keeping this from being just a thick, sticky mess. I think it helps a good bit. One thing I'm not really getting much of, which is you traditionally get with a barley wine, is more of a dark fruit sort of sweetness to it, maybe like an apricot or something, something dark fruit, prunes, stuff like that. I'm not getting much in the way of fruitiness on this at all. It's being dominated by the hoppiness and the caramel sort of richness and sweetness, but not real fruity. It's a little bit sort of just sweet, like maybe like a dried white grape, white raisin kind of thing. Just doesn't have that dark fruit sort of flavor profile. So we're getting down near the end of this 2013 Stone Brewing Oak Smoked Old Guardian Ale, barley wine style ale. Pretty tasty. Like I said, I'm getting a lot of nice sweet caramel notes, a little bit of nice roastiness on the back end. It does have quite a bit of a hop character right now. This is still only about 4 months in the bottle, so it's still pretty fresh for a barley. An American style barley wine is going to have a lot of hops. And it's really really hoppy right now. I think this would probably be a lot better after maybe a year or so, a couple years maybe. It's meant to be aged, but right now it's pretty tasty, very hop forward. If you like your barley wines hop forward, I'd say drink this now, but otherwise let it sit for a while and see what happens. I'm sure it's going to be interesting. I think I probably might pick up another bottle of this and age it for a while and see what happens myself. So with that being said, I think I'm going to come in at around an 8 out of 10. Very good, very tasty, very enjoyable, good value for money in my opinion. I'm thoroughly enjoying it now, as I said, and I think it can only get better. So I want to thank you for watching. Thanks for sticking with me through 200 of these episodes, and I look forward to doing a lot more of these in the future. And if you feel like doing some shopping on Amazon, if you will, help us out and click the link on craftbeergeek.com. That'll take you over to Amazon, and we will get a portion of anything you buy there, and we won't know what you bought, but you'll be helping to support the show, and it won't cost you any extra. So I want to thank you for watching, and remember, I don't drink bad beers. You shouldn't either. See you next time. Cheers.